This is one of my absolute favourite things to make. French onion soup made proper. This is a soup that's got layering and layering and layering and detail, but the result is indulgent and absolutely unique. A beautiful soup done proper. Okay, for French onion soup we need a few things. We need lots of onions. I use white onions. These are Italian white onions. Lots of those peeled. We need some Gruyere cheese, a little bit of bread for a crouton. That's thyme, fresh thyme rolled up in a muslin, salted French butter, that's sherry vinegar, that's madeira, and this is very critical to this, is beef stock. That's French onion soup. Okay, let's move all this out the way. For the minute, we just need to concentrate at the moment on our onions. So vinegar, madeira. These, look at those, Sam. I bought those in an antique market in France. They are lion head bowls with a difference. We'll see how they come into play later on. That's the beef stock we made last night. And there's my onions. So we need to slice these. I like to slice onions with a nice thin bladed knife. I don't know if that's technically right, but ultimately it gives me a really fine controlled version. And when we're slicing onions, we need to take off the root, cut it straight in half through the root. These are just peeled so that you don't have to stand here and watch and film me or watch me peeling onions, which is not a fun thing to do. So just straight through the root, and then I cut a little V that side and a little V that side and line them all up. And this is a lot of onions because that's what French onion soup takes. Absolutely tons of onions. And when people make it on an industrial scale, they often use a RoboCoupe slicer or a big machine to do it with, but cutting them by hand is actually better because the onion will stay together. They're nicely cut with a sharp knife. They give you a much better finish. That we can use for stocks and sauces. Right. Now, I've got all my onions there, all lined up, all topped and tailed. Now, very importantly, there's two ways to slice an onion. If you go this way, what you create is an onion that will basically fall apart. You see that? They break at the sort of little junction. They just break. They fall to pieces. Don't cut them like that. You want to cut a sliced onion with the way that the grain runs, like that. Use a claw method, nice sharp knife. I use a thin knife for this. You don't actually need these onions to be really, really fine. And you see now, because of all the onions already cut, they're already V-shaped, both of them. They've got no root in them. They're nice and even, and I can just sit here and go straight through them. You could use a chopping knife in a kind of rocker motion, which would look a bit like this, which is more traditional, I guess. So using a claw method and sort of rocking through. But for me, that is not as efficient as what I'm doing. I find it more efficient to work like this. I can just chop straight down and end up with a bigger pile of onions in a quicker fashion. Let's put a nice pan on. We need a pan, heavy based pan, really structured. You want to hold the heat, retain the heat in that pan. So use a really good pan. Nice salted French butter, plenty of butter in there. That's going to be all those onions you saw. So lots of butter goes in there. Get that butter down. Don't need to melt the butter now, but we can start to build up the onions in there. There's another thing that's important as well is that the onions aren't too long. You know, when you go in, think about the end user. When you go in with your spoon, if the onions are very big onions and you cut them the wrong way, the pieces can be kind of that long. They will then they'll just fall over the spoon, so you can't actually eat it. You've got to think about things like that. All the devil's in the details, Sam. I'm going to season this now. This is mulled and sea salt. Okay, that's all my onions sliced. It looks like an awful lot of onions. That's about 8 onions, quite small white onions. That's going to be enough for about 4 or 5 portions of French onion soup. Believe it or not, these onions are going to disappear into nothing by the time they roast down. We'll put some nice black pepper in there as well.
Actually, it's salt.
That's why it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Nice black pepper. In that goes, and we just keep that going down. I'm keeping the heat pretty strong there. I'm not turning this down to absolute minimum. You see that? Can you see there all the water that's coming out? That's the salt that's make that happen. So the salt's drawing all the moisture out of the onions. Give that a really good stir and just let that melt down now. This will take about 40 minutes, 30 to 40 minutes to get these onions to where we want them before we can start adding the madeira or the vinegar. So just be patient, get that on there, no cartouche, no lid, let all that evaporation happen. That's really important. You can smell those onions, and often sometimes onions, they can make you cry as well. Best thing I know for that is dip your fingers in cold water. Takes the crying thing away, the enzyme away that makes you cry. So. Okay, so these onions, believe it or not, that's exactly 30 minutes to get that massive pan of onions all the way down to there, where they've still got structure. That's really important. Soft, short, cooked, sweet onions, nice and browned, not dark, not burnt. That's really important. And they're not caught on the bottom, and that's because the pan's great quality as well. Right, now, a few things need to happen at this point. This is a great place to get to, and now we've got a good 4 or 5 portions of French onion soup. That there is a little bag of fresh thyme. Beautiful. That's going in there now. Didn't go in the beginning because I think it will just overcook and you'll get all the tannins from the thyme out there. You don't want that. I want it at this stage. There's a single bay leaf that's going in there now at this stage, and that's probably different to what some other people do, but I don't really care. That is a little bit of sherry vinegar. That's to sort of cut through all the richness of the onions and the fat and the beef stock. With anything like this, very important that the richest, the most acidic thing goes in first. So if you're doing Armagnac and then port and then red wine, it has to be Armagnac first, then port, then red wine. We've done this before on the channel. With acidity like this, always high vinegar first, then into your alcohol. So let's get that vinegar burnt away, having its effect on those onions, softening the onions even more, balancing out all of the richness of the onions and the butter and the beef stock. Get that cooked away. Look, can't see it anymore. Great. In with the madeira. So this is layering, sweetness and depth. A nice madeira. You don't need to go with a crazy expensive 20-year-old madeira or something. Just a very standard madeira is absolutely fine. You're looking for those sherried notes, the sweetness, the nutty notes that madeira brings. I really love madeira in a French onion soup. Get that in and bring that down on a rapid heat. And then it's going to be time for the beef stock. Very simple. But the ratio of beef stock's very important. God, you can smell that madeira. When are we going to get our viewers being able to smell things as well, Sam? That's the key, huh? Right, that madeira's gone now. See that? Right, here's that beautiful, rich beef stock. And I will do something on this year on stocks, I think, because it's really nice. That's just fat on the top there. I'm going to scoop that away. You see that? Just use a ladle. A ladle works because you push the bell of the ladle into the stock, and then you can swoop around and you can lose that. Let's see. All right, in goes the beef stock. If you use too much beef stock, you're just going to end up with a very diluted French onion soup, which you don't want. So be cautious when you add in. You can't take back out. So make sure when it goes in, you've got the right amount. And that can take a little bit more. There we go. That looks about right to me. I want a nice ratio of beef stock to onions, and I want that thyme in there, and I want the bay leaf. And all I'm going to do now is simmer that for about 10 minutes just to get the whole thing amalgamated, get the thyme permeated through, get the bay leaf in there, let that all happen together, and then we're going to move on to the finishing. So if you come over here, we're just going to make a little garnish for our French onion soup, a very classical garnish. So all we're going to do is create some croutons to float on the top. I'm going to do 3 actually. Ad, have you got a round cutter for me, please? Okay, so Sam's asked a very good question. When you're adding that stock in, I'm just doing that naturally to eye. But ultimately, how do you know when that's enough? So simply, if you lift that up, what's that feel like when you lift it up? Does that feel like French onion soup? For me, that immediately identifies as French onion soup. That means that the ratio is absolutely spot on. I don't want tons and tons of onions. It's not a bowl of onions that are slightly moist with beef stock. It's about a 50-50 ratio. So I feel like when I'm doing that, I'm obviously doing it by eye, but I feel like that's enough. Right, we're just going to make a couple of croutons out of this bread, which are going to be the piece de resistance in our finishing of our French onion soup. That's enough now. We'll pull our soup off for a moment and just let that infuse. Go back on with a little frying pan. Take a little bit of olive oil. And all we want to do is basically crisp up these croutons so that they don't just completely disappear and dissolve. While they are frying, and I think Gruyere cheese is the one. It's the only one really you need to use. For me, it gives that melt, gives that slight acidity as well. I think it's really lovely. It's a great cheese. What you're looking for is the cheese to kind of melt into the soup and give you that overall feeling where you've got crispy bread, you've got sweet onion texture, and you've got rich beef stock. A hint of madeira, you've got a bit of acidity. It's it's the ultimate hug in a bowl is a French onion soup. We love it. Right, so let's get that lovely soup. Take out our bay and our thyme, that's done its job. And our soup goes in to our bowls. What's interesting is, I was actually slightly wrong. It does happen. All those onions I made were literally just 3 portions. So it's quite important that you understand that how little comes out of those onions once you've finished cooking them. So you start with a lot of onions and you just end up with 3 portions of soup. Right, onto that crouton goes the Gruyere. On top it goes like that. It needs to be a slightly obscene amount of cheese. I think that's quite important. And it needs to float on top like that. Okay, that's now going to see my oven for about 6 minutes. Beautiful. Be good. Okay, that's had about 10 minutes in there. So nice and golden brown that's going on the top there. Bubbling, bubbling, bubbling hot soup. That should come with a health warning, that one, Sam. That's a serious bowl of cheesy onion, beefy goodness. There we go. That is my version of that brilliant classic French onion soup. What a fantastic thing. It looked like a lot of cheese, didn't it? But actually once it melts in, I think that's the right ratio of onion as well. I think it's the right ratio of onion. I think it's the right ratio of sweetness. I think it's hotter than the sun. Oh, that is fantastic. Adam, come and try this. It's so good. You know, because Trinity is what it is, we don't serve a bowl of French onion soup. We do in some of the other restaurants, but it's just not something we serve very often. And so it's great to be reminded of how bloody good that is. So there we go. That's my absolute favourite soup with many different guises. This is a French onion soup. We don't make Trinity very often, but I think this is one of the most indulgent soups. It just needs a few of those little details to make that absolutely right. White onions are the key. A little bit of sherry vinegar, a little bit of madeira. Be generous with the cheese. Cook the onions enough. Put it in a nice pot. You can make this a day before, so that's really important. You've just got this absolutely indulgent, cheesy, oniony, beefy soup to die for. Ah! Fuck, that's hot.